So Arsenal 0, Liverpool 2. But before we get into Kenny Ken's fan cam outside the Emirates Stadium, I want to play a short clip, which I'm going to do right now. So good evening. And listen, I'm absolutely delighted to be part of this promotion for Werripy website. Now, Werripy, if you haven't heard of them, I have pushed their website on here before a couple of times. It is an online-based mental health website that caters for all forms of depression, anxiety, low confidence issues, mental health issues. They run online courses. They also do online therapy sessions that are group sessions and free of charge. As well as that, has been created by therapists and mental health experts. They also offer self-help software and journaling programs. Now, make sure you do go and check this website out. And the best part of this is you do get a 2-week free trial. So make sure you hit that link in the description, go and check it out. And after the 2 weeks free trial, it's $14 a month, of which $1 goes to the Gunnar Claude Foundation. Go and check it out, guys. Kenny, you're outside the ground. Disappointing loss tonight. And for the first 15 minutes, I think we were all getting excited. Like, everyone in the crowd looked like the flags, the light show. It looked amazing. And for the first 15 minutes, we came out with that high energy, high tempo. And I was like, okay, we look like we're up for it tonight. Laka looked on it. Martinelli was absolutely unbelievable tonight. He was the only player for me that can walk off of that pitch and say, yo, I'm actually good enough to play for Liverpool. And the rest of them, what did you make of it, mate?
Well, the thing is that obviously the atmosphere was fantastic. Everything is like big anticipation, but it was men against boys. You know, that 15 minutes you talked about when we hit the bar, we had the high tempo, that shagged us. And I say that in sort of, footballing terms, not in any derogatory terms. But yeah, we absolutely got spent because what's happened then, Liverpool got a hold in the game. They were better than us all over the pitch. Midfield, when I spoke to yourself and Jez on the podcast, I said that one of the things that is going to hurt us after losing Partey for the African nations is our lack of strength in midfield. It cost us massively today. And, Mikel's team selection was very, very brave. You know, he went with an attacking intent. However, in order for you to, play effectively against a team like Liverpool that's great in midfield, you have to move the ball quickly, you have to pass the ball accurately. But the thing is risk and reward. When you've got players like Tomiyasu, who looked off the pace, Lacazette looked off the pace, Smith Rowe looked off the pace, even our defenders looked off the pace. Sometimes, it's obvious that there were no injuries, but what there was fatigue, and that's probably why we cancelled the Spurs game. But one of the things that struck, a chord with me, Tomiyasu was basically our weak link today. He was responsible for the first goal, where he was out of position, and basically Jota just walked and put the ball in there. I thought Ramsdale was careless today. He didn't come out with any glory. Tierney was off the pace. Lacazette went back to his bad old ways. The sort of performances that you were very critical of in terms of lack of movement. But he looked shagged. He looked absolutely shagged. Smith Rowe looked like a child today. He looked like a child, who's basically like a Colts player against, like the big boys today. He looked really, really off the pace. I think what's happening right now is that people are believing the press at the football club. They're believing that Arteta's got something, going in terms of like a clear style of play. They didn't look like that today. They believe in all their players at their finished article. You're not the finished article. You're far from it. Liverpool had a plan. Their players' movement was fantastic. Us, off-the-cuff football. You can't play off-the-cuff football because what happens against better teams, you'll get found out. Against Man City, we took them by surprise. And, in all the other matches when we were playing well, we took them by surprise, scored the first goal, and that puts teams under pressure. But if Arsenal don't score the first goal and you get a team that is very seasoned like Liverpool, you get taken apart. We're becoming teams are working us out, and this is moving forward. It's going to hurt us. Because in terms of the Burnley game, we get that out of the way. There's loads of questions that we ask. You were talking about, should we go in the market after what I saw today? Yes, we have to, because there is weaknesses up front. It really screams now. You know, we are really blunt up front. You know, Aubameyang, we don't know what sort of state he's in. Would you bring it back out of desperation, 100%? And then the midfield is pathetic. It's so bad. It's so poor.
And that's what makes it worse, Kenny, is the midfield so bad. We're light in midfield, and then Thomas Partey comes off the bench. And listen, whether he should be playing or not, it's here.
He shouldn't have been near the field. He shouldn't have been on the field.
He's just on a 7-hour flight from Cameroon, and he's on the bench. He comes on, double booking, bang, he's now suspended. And it's like, what is it with our midfielders and their lack of? I'll
tell you one thing: it's lack of experience. You know, one of the things.
Partey's a seasoned pro, Kenny.
Even so, he shouldn't have been anywhere near that pitch. It was pure and utter desperation to have him on the bench. You had him on the bench because you had no faith in playing Callum Chambers there. You even though as we speak, we've allowed players like Maitland-Niles go out on loan. We got rid of a couple of left backs. So really and truly, this window smacks of a clear out rather than getting incomings. Are we clearing people out so we get Vlahovic? Will Vlahovic come to Arsenal? Doubtful. Juventus is a bigger team than Arsenal. If you said to Vlahovic, right, Arsenal offer you 250,000, come to Arsenal. He says yes. Juventus offer you 190. You can win the Serie A and you'll get in the Champions League, maybe the semi-finals or finals. What would you do with Vlahovic? Would you take the 60,000 a week hit? Probably, because we are not an employer choice. And right now, that team needs major surgery. But we've got the sort of catch-22. We need players like Vlahovic to get us to the Champions League, but players like Vlahovic won't come to Arsenal unless we're in the Champions League. So it's a catch-22 situation, because let me tell you something now. That team needs major surgery. The manager will be extremely deluded if he believes that. If he's accepting praise, then he's mistaken, and he's cheating himself. He's cheating the
manager tonight said that he was proud of the performance. I don't know what he was proud of.
There was nothing to feel proud about.
The person who I was proud of was Martinelli.
Well, yeah, he's got nothing really to be proud of, because really and truly, what's happened right now is that his team selection was in a no-win situation. Was it naive? I thought it was naive, but it's understandable because of the lack of personnel. But the problem, what Arteta needs to stop doing, what Smith Rowe needs to stop doing, what Saka needs to stop doing, what Ramsdale needs to stop doing, what Odegaard needs to stop doing, is concentrate football. Take every bit of praise with a pinch of salt, because you know what? Football comes and bites you up the arse. And when it bites you up the arse, it bloody hurts. Like tonight. We got bitten up the arse because guess what? Liverpool worked us out. Everyone was thinking, we're at home, 60,000, 2-1 Arsenal, 3-1 Arsenal. We're going to win the game. But where was the basis of the fact we're going to win the game? Liverpool looked average without Mane and Salah. Didn't look too average to me. Didn't look average in any way whatsoever. In fact, they didn't miss it today, because guess what? They played a lightweight team that was devoid of any experience. They played a midfield that just wasn't there. One man against three. And guess what? That one man got murdered. And then you had a situation where Tomiyasu got ruined. He got ruined by Jota. And if it wasn't Jota ruining him, it was Robertson and Jones ruining him. On the other side, Kieran Tierney, Gordon, a kid, took care of him. Saka, where were you today, mate? You gave Tomiyasu no help whatsoever. The guy's struggling. What you need to do, help your mate out. That's what happens in any team situation, any army. It's like being in the army. We're going to war. And if you're going to war, you help your mate out. You don't just look after your own game. And guess what? Because Tomiyasu lacked confidence, there was no overlap. So basically, my guy got basically created that, and they doubled up on him. It was too easy for Liverpool. But what's happening right now, the scales have to fall for a lot of people's eyes regarding our players. Stop going around saying that on paper we've got a better team than Man United, we've got a better team than Spurs, we should be doing this. Yes, aesthetically you have, but in terms of experience, you haven't. And this is what's going to cost us, experience. We've got an inexperienced manager, we've got inexperienced players, and when it comes to these big games, 50-50 games like this, and in the league, we've got to learn, we've got to improve, because we don't bloody improve. you know, this promising position we have in the league is going to turn out to what we had last season, finishing 8th. Key games: Wolves home and away, we have to improve. Spurs away, West Ham away, Chelsea away, Liverpool in the league here, Man United, Villa away as well is going to be tricky, and Crystal Palace away. This is where this is where Lacazette, put your shooting boots on. Guys, improve, mate, because at the end of the day, man, this is a test. You know, this isn't like, you know, your run of four games where we're playing excellent football. We go back to where we were before. You can't have this inconsistency. You can't, because until Arsenal Football Club starts competing, these players start performing week in, week out, and start, you know, like bringing the trophy in and you know, challenging. Stop accepting this false praise. It's false praise, mate. 100%. It's a lot of bollocks, and it doesn't get us anywhere. All it does is it gets you this false sense of security. Yep. These players now know they're in a fight now. They now know.
This is the thing, Kenny. We were sat fourth at Christmas, and everyone got hyped. Yeah, every other team had games in hand. Yeah. Now we're sat 6th. All of a sudden, it don't look so pretty. We're out the EFL Cup, we're out the FA Cup, and now.
Yeah, but you know what? This is where we find out what these players are about. Because guess what? They got themselves to a position. They accept a lot of praise. Well, this is a difficult period now where they got to improve. After, especially, Burnley's going to take care of itself. We don't know where Burnley going to play again. But after the break, they've got to come out fighting. Because guess what? People are going to forget those great performances against Leeds. They're going to forget all the other games where we did well. Southampton at home, West Ham at home. They're going to forget the Sunderland game. You know, football. Let me tell you something. In football, people forget a lot of times. You know what I mean? People forget. People have got no memories or no loyalty for what you did a few days ago. They will think about now. And people need to get used to it. All these people with it's trust the process, level-headed, you guys want us to lose. Shut up and just accept the situation and let's go and just see it for what it is. Stop trying to say that everything is rose in the garden, because it isn't rose in the garden, because Liverpool showed us today where we really are as a football team.
100%. And on that bombshell, Kenny, we'll do player ratings a little bit later. Thanks for coming on, man. Get home safe as well.
Not a problem. Some of the players, if I was any of the players, look away now. Any of these guys who have favourite players, well, you should look away now as well.
100%. We're out of here. I'll tell you.